What is up and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be a little bit all over the place and can check out some new tools that I bought, and we're going to be doing some KTM stuff. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so if you follow me on Facebook, then you would have seen that I bought some tools and some consumables for the KTX 250 build. So I bought everything from Adendorff Machinery Mart. Awesome stuff, very well priced. So if you guys are looking for tools, go ahead and check them out. Also, I'll put the links to their social media and their website down in the description. Go over to their page, give them a like, show them some love, and let's check out what I bought. So just some zip ties, because you always need zip ties. I bought two Scotch-Brite wheels. This one's a little bit finer, and this one is a coarse wheel, so we're going to use this to take off the paint and work some of the aluminium parts. Some tape to tape off parts that I don't want to hit with the Scotch-Brite wheels. Buffing and compounding kit, so we're going to polish up the stainless and aluminium stuff really nicely with that. And then I got a snap ring plier, snap ring pliers, so it's like a combination kit. So this is a very awesome tool and nice to have to remove snap rings, obviously. Otherwise you need to use pliers and it's always a struggle. Side cutter, seem to have lost mine. And then some wrenches. We got a 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch and 1/2 inch drivers. My 1/2 inch is broken, and my 1/4 inch is also on its way out. So you can see these ones are kind of, you roll them around and I don't know if it got dropped or whatever, but it's like completely stuck. So that's ready to go in the bin. And then I bought this Torcraft T-Drive set. Oh, this is difficult to do with one hand. Nope, not opening. Anyway, it's got some Allen heads, some Torx heads, and a lot of screwdriver bits. So I think that'll be quite handy for the bikes, and it's something you can carry around, which is fairly small. Alright, that's it for the tools. Now, the next thing we need to do, we need to shuffle the bikes around here a bit, because quite some time ago I had a bit of a crash and I busted up my hide guard, but I think I can still cut it down here and use the belly pan section, because I want to get a cage for the exhaust, because cage is going to last a bit longer than a plastic part. So that's the plan. And first things first, we've got to clean up the hide guard and then mock it up on the bike, and then we'll start cutting. Alright, stay tuned.
Dancing through the streets, we wander, falling for the fire, burning at the heart.
Alright, so after cleaning the bash plate, I went ahead and I drilled out the rivets attaching this piece to it. So if I mock this up to the bike, we can either leave this section over here and give the bottom of the exhaust some protection, which I think might be a good idea, or we can lob it off over here, but we'll see once we mock it up. That's the next step. Let's go. Alright, so I mocked it up and I think it'll be fine with the bit of exhaust protection there. So let me just show you guys over here. So that just gives the bit of extra protection for the bottom of the exhaust. On this section here, I'm just going to build a mount to give it some extra rigidity, and it's got all the protection at the bottom. And then eventually when I get a cage, then I can cut off the bottom section and just have the belly band and the cage to protect the exhaust. But we are not going to mount it now. because I got some holes in the exhaust and I need to take it off now so we can get it welded up tomorrow. And yeah, let's get started with that. Alright, so before we start pulling off the exhaust, I'm quickly going to show you what I'm going to use. Ideally you would want to have like a hook to pull off the springs, but I'm going to use a vice grip. And then you need a little Allen key and a Torx key or a size 8mm socket. So I'm going to use the opportunity to test out my little Torcraft T-handle, and yeah, let's see how it goes.
Throwing hands up to the sky. Ooh, we live for the night.
Alright, that was quick and simple, so I quickly want to show you guys the issue that I'm having here. You guys, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera. As you can see, there's a pretty big gaping hole over there, and then we've got a, oh damn, it's cracking all the way around. 1, 2, 3. So hopefully we'll be able to weld it up and then blow out the dents out of the exhaust. Otherwise we're going to have to find a new or used header. Another quick little update. So I forgot to film this part. I took the drill with the wire wheel and I just cleaned up around all the areas where we are going to be welding, so that there's as little contaminants as possible that can influence the strength of the weld. So the next time we are going to be busy welding, so it's only going to be tomorrow, but it's all going to be in one video, so stay tuned. Alright.
One eternity later.
Alright, so it is Sunday and it's actually been 2 weeks since the start of this video. Well, 2 weeks have gone by. The reason for the video taking so long is I got married this weekend, and the last couple of weeks we've been doing a lot of prep work. So, but with that being done, and now I can focus on riding again. So in preparation for next weekend's ride at Mamarock, we're going to hit the Enduro cross track and go ride in the Mamelodi copies. I'm trying to get the KTM ready. So we got the exhaust welded up. You can see it kind of it had 3 cracks, or well, actually the exhaust was starting to tear off. So my now father-in-law did what he can to weld up the exhaust for me. So we got that ready to go. We've got the hard guard cut, or well, we removed some other parts so that it's essentially just a belly pan. We got all the hardware here, still got to clean that up. But now, seeing as I'm fairly unfit, I would really like to sort out the electric start issue on the KTM. Otherwise it's going to be struggle bus to struggle city all the way. Now the issue that I'm having, I thought initially it was the bendix that wasn't engaging, but as you can see, if I turn it, it does engage on the flywheel, and it actually does. I don't know if we're going to be able to hear it. It's a little bit difficult with one hand, but it turns the motor. You can take my word for it. So I thought it was the bendix, because initially I took everything off and I did clean everything up, and the bendix was a bit questionable. So I know for sure it's not that, unless under load the bendix maybe slips. I don't know if that's possible. And then what am I doing here? Alright, you can see, you know, where all the gears engage, there's no strange wear marks. So, you know, I'm fairly certain that it's not any of the gears, and on the flywheel there's also no strange wear marks. So the other thing that I think it might be, the starter don't know if that sound's going to show up on camera, but the starter also looks and sounds like it's seen better days. It does turn, and it does turn the gear that needs to engage the bendix, but I think maybe if it's under load, the starter isn't up to the task of spinning the flywheel. So at the moment I'm really not sure. I'm gonna have to do a bit of research, and if any of you guys know, drop it in the comment section. I would really like to get some advice from you guys, or the KTM guys. But you know, I think I'm gonna put everything back together, throw the exhaust on, at least get that done, because you know, if I'm gonna have to replace the starter or bendix, or maybe both, it's gonna have to wait a little bit. The parts are fairly expensive, but we'll see if we might be able to make a plan. So I'm gonna throw everything back together, put on the exhaust, quickly wash the hardware for the height guard, and pop the belly pan on, and then we should be ready for next weekend's ride. Alright, I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse, and I'll see you on the other side.
Ooh, here for the ride. I feel alive under the city light.
So I had to switch off the camera because one of my least favorite things to do on a dirt bike is putting on a header pipe, especially if it's been bent a couple of times. So off camera I managed to get it on, and I had to bend this part where the flange is a little bit to get it to line up again. I think from the welding the metal might have flexed a bit more. So now I'm going to put back the tailpiece, and then I'm going to jump onto the height guard. That really sucked. So I got everything on. This height guard just absolutely fought me all the way. Like the bolts didn't want to go in, or they weren't long enough, and I had to pull them closer, and like the fit is just completely off with the exhaust being bent. And this little brace over here, I probably should have put that on before I put the exhaust on, because there's really no good angles in there to get to the nuts. And anyways, I got it on, so This is going to be the limited protection that we have for the bike for next weekend's ride. But this exhaust is pretty thrashed, so I'm not too worried if we bash it up again. We'll just bend it or re-weld it and blow out the dents again. Well, it's still got this big dent that needs to be blown out. Well, okay, so the bike is as ready as it's going to be for the weekend, unless I can find a fairly simple fix for the electric start issue, which I don't think is going to happen. And yeah, so the bike's ready for next weekend's ride, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I can't wait to get the footage out to you guys, some fresh riding footage. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Alright, peace out.